If you struggle with match coverage in Madden, I've got a route combination out of the unique bunch formation that will make it so the outside corner will not match his correct player. This is going to come to you out of the bunch Y flex formation. You guys can find this in a number of offensive playbooks in the game, but I am in the Seattle Seahawks as I am for pretty much all my videos here on the channel. So make sure you guys are subscribed, hit that notification bell, and drop a comment below so this video performs in the YouTube algorithm and this channel reaches other players like you looking for tips and tutorial content. Now, the difference with this bunch Y flex formation actually comes from the hot routes afforded to the outside receiver. Now, you'll see right here that this is what we would call a compression formation. This is not spread out in the least. It's not as tight as a traditional bunch formation, like say, for instance, bunch offset or even a bunch tight end. But if you take a look at the B receiver's hot routes, he's going to get outside receiver hot routes. This means that he basically gets your corner route that is going to be like a C route as opposed to the hot route corner route, which is the one I'm going to put our middle receiver on in the slot. Now, because of this, we can take big time advantage of match coverage. Now, just to contrast this very quickly, I'm going to audible into a different bunch formation, and I'm going to show you that this outside receiver, even though this formation gets kind of it's basically in the same spot, but you'll notice here that this outside receiver now gets different hot routes. So with the same type of offensive formation look, I can change whether or not my outside receiver gets slot routes or outside receiver routes. Now, just for those that are wondering, the Seattle book has a ton of bunch. Got bunch tight end, bunch spread nasty, and bunch Y flex. The bunch Y flex is the formation that we're going to be running here today. Now, one of the things that bunch formations tend to elicit as a response from the defense is match coverage. The reason for this is that so many of the traditional route combinations that players like to run out of bunch, in particular your street corner flat combos that flood the sideline, will allow the defense to play a really cool check known as the box check. And this makes it so it's really hard to throw corner routes into the sideline. So many players online struggle with the flood combo, so this match coverage against bunch is really, really useful. But we can also utilize the box check to our advantage because we know the rules of the coverage. Now, if you guys don't know the rules of the box check, there are basically 4 zones on the field, and you can see that they're the white jerseys here. They're going to form the 4 corners of a box going 4 on 3. So it looks a little smashed up, but you can see that they always keep the 4 corners: low inside, low outside, high inside, high outside. And this allows this particular, the deep zones here, to negotiate who's taking the outside route versus who's taking the seam. You'll notice here that number 31 initially is playing the corner route. You'll notice with the box check that he basically is going to drop back and peek inside, and he's looking for the first thing that breaks outside into his area of the field. So in this case, it's Patterson, but if the routes were flipped and it was Odunze, he would have taken him as well. So with this route combo, what we're going to do is we're going to put our middle receiver on a vertical. This is going to pull both of the deep zones, as we're going to see here momentarily. Our inside receiver, Hester, can run whatever we want. This could be a drag. This could be a quick flat. This could be a zig if you have a hot route master. To be honest, he could also run a custom stem post route that you stem all the way down. You can do whatever you want here. But our outside receiver, specifically in this formation, is going to run the hot route that is known as the deep dig. Now, if you take a look here, this deep dig, if we zoom in, and I'm going to make Hester's route kind of get out of the way, you notice that Odunze has an inside release on this, just a short 1 or 2 step inside release. But this route will delay so that it will allow Patterson to release vertically and get the attention of not just the outside corner, but also the safety. And then Odunze is going to filter into the route combination unmatched, and this will be wide open. Now, this is not possible from the other bunch formations in the game. So again, if I were to go into that nasty formation and try to get that hot route on Odunze, you're going to see that we do not have that as an option. In fact, really the only thing that we could kind of do is this crossing route, and it's still going to get that first step upfield. So you'll see here that, you know, trying to attack that intermediate middle area of the field, it doesn't elicit that same response. In fact, you see the safety was able to eventually match it. So this little delayed release of this route is so useful. And one other thing that I want to note is that if you do wish to kind of custom stem this route, don't go crazy with it and take it all the way up to, you know, the max depth. But if you really want to, you could go ahead and, you know, snap this out at about 20 yards. He's still going to release unmatched into the defense, and you could rip this throw underneath. And you see that by the time they realize what's going on, it's too late to get back. So this is a really nice intermediate beater for match coverage. Now, of course, there are lots of other ways that you guys can beat match. And if you struggle with match, I would highly recommend that you guys go to my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. In fact, I've got an entire match game plan, and I just updated it on the website. So you have the rules for not only quarters, palms, cover 6, and cover 9, but I've added everything that I have put on the website from the cover 3 match defense, which I've been running as my main coverage concept since November to shut down all the popular offenses in the game into that game plan. So you guys have all the rules for all the match plays in one spot. You guys can watch it from a defensive point of view, or you could watch it as an offensive player who wants to learn more about the coverages so you learn how to attack them by knowing exactly what every player on the field is doing against every single offensive spacing, whether you're in a spread 2x2 or what is called a 3x1 or a bunch 3x1 or a nub tight end formation like trips tight end. We have rules for everything, including your tight 2x2 as well. It doesn't matter what offensive spacing, we've got rules to combat those offenses, but you could also use those rules against themselves if you're an offensive player looking to get better. So you guys can sign up and get everything on the website. That's all offensive and defensive game plans, weekly updated vault content, and members only Discord access where we have lab sessions every single week at no additional cost. And that cost is simply $9.95 a month. You get weekly updated tips, staying on top of the game on a higher level than you get here on the YouTube channel. It's the best deal in the tip space. So make sure you guys go check it out. But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you guys this afternoon with a short or tomorrow with our next long form upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.